My name's Rose Dayet. When I came to the CVA, I actually came as the Director of Education and Operations, and within a short amount of time I was elected the Executive Director. And in this position, I've just really been able to learn and grow based off of the responsibilities that I have and based off of the new community members that I've been introduced to. One of the best parts about being the Executive Director at the CVA is that I really get a chance to know the people who come into the doors as volunteers, as donors, as community members. I also try and be able to greet people who come in and figure out where they've come from, the distance and things, because I think that really makes an impact on their experience.
I am Beth Gage. I was a big sister when I was in high school, and I absolutely love the organization. I love that in 30 minutes once a week you could have a long-lasting impact on a child. And it was as simple as just getting to play games with them, getting to dream with them and believe in them. And it's amazing, as I said, in 30 minutes what you're capable of doing to change a child's life. And I always knew I wanted to work with kids. I had originally thought I would be a nurse, but I realized that the whole blood and science part was not so much my forte, so human services was definitely a better fit. My biggest success story in changing the lives of women are truly my boyfriend's two daughters. I've raised them for the last 10 years just by having one person that believes in them and encourages them. Now my kids are college bound. They're gonna take this world by storm, and they're gonna be amazing people someday. They're already amazing people, but I'm excited that I got to have a hand in that.
My name is Janelle Goki. Domtar is really great at supporting and encouraging volunteer opportunities. I volunteer with Junior Achievement every year. I remember as a kid having different people come into our classrooms for Junior Achievement, and I always really liked that. It was something new and different. I liked going into the classrooms and seeing the excitement on the kids' faces and getting to share with them a little bit of my excitement for business and leadership and growing up in a community that encourages community involvement. I've been on the Central Wisconsin Water Ski Show team for 11 years now. Also, it's my 7th year show directing for the team. Every year I learn more and more.
My name is Katie Hamill. We've got a women's leadership initiative, and I have been part of the committee that helps plan some of the events. There are 3 parts to the women's leadership initiative, and this just started about a year ago, so it's still fairly new. The first part is what we call WINS, and it stands for Women's Networking Series. And once a quarter, we bring in a couple of speakers who do improv speaking or talk about leadership skills or teach some of the women in the company what they can do to strengthen their skills in the workplace or in their community. Forming the Women's Leadership Initiative, the intent was that women would be more of a focus and that we could get the word out that the insurance industry needs women and that women need to lean on each other for support and to really build each other up.
My name's Nora Hurdle. I've been working with the Girl Scout troop for almost 2 years at Hawthorne Hills. It's really fun. It's just totally different from my job, and I find it really rewarding and energizing. I think it's been really neat to see, as the girls I started with have gone from 1st to 3rd grade, to see them be an example. And when they were kind of wild before, now when I say to them, are you being respectful of the other girls? Are you helping the younger girls? That they're open to that and they're willing to be helpful, and that's really cool to see.
I'm Allison Little. I'm thinking about developing young women in leadership. I think the thing that comes to mind first is my little sister Annika. She's a 7th grader at Marathon Elementary School, and the things that I really want to instill in her are strength and confidence. I want to empower her with the skills to be able to communicate for herself and stand up for what she believes in. And so her think through what she's doing and the decisions that she's making, and provide examples of what it looks like to be a woman leader in business especially. And we talk about the different experiences that I've had. I really look at trying to figure out ways that I can share my experiences with Annika in order for her to be a leader when she grows up.
I'm Amanda Murphy. Women in Action has been just an incredible organization for me to be a part of, and working there, being a part of Rebecca's Closet. When Rebecca's Closet kind of outgrew its space at Cloverbelt Credit Union, at the time I was at United Way, and we looked, the staff and the volunteers there really looked hard at how could we take on this project. And with the help of Goodorsey, we were able to find a location right inside the same building as United Way and move that project over. And so social workers, teachers, anybody, any agencies that work with people in need are able to come and get clothing and items for children, and especially young children. The community is just really unique in that there are so many people who are so giving, and I feel just really privileged to have worked and served in many capacities that it just has influenced me to want to give back.
Stina Nyrink with Greater Wausau Christian Service. I have gone into the jail to conduct Bible studies, also taught the program Breaking Barriers to the correctional clients. With Forward Service, because we do the welfare program, so it's mainly single mothers with children, and the rest are females. We do have very few you'll find where it's husband and wife or boyfriend and girlfriend that are together with the children, but that's not very common. It's mainly those single mothers. Sure. Helping those caseworkers to have that unbiased approach, and that's something that I really do strive for, is having that unbiased approach and treating everyone fairly.
My name is Laura Scuderi. I find that it's very important that we are, as a community, are helping women professionally to achieve their goals. And so I've mentored a couple women in our community. I really think that one of the things that we as women owe the women that came before us is that they worked really hard. We take for granted what they went through. My predecessors really had to live by this boys club code, and I remember one of my predecessors saying to me, you have to act like a boss and be like a lady and think like a man, and I actually don't remember the whole thing. It was act like a tiger. I don't know what it is, but the truth is now you just have to boss up. You just have to be a boss.
My name is Erica Van Diat. My mission, or what I kind of align myself to, is I see my role both in my work and outside of work as empowering and inspiring other people to make the most of their talents and maximize their capability. Within our organization, we have a program called Emerging Leaders. Select up-and-coming leaders who are not yet supervisors, and we want to help develop them and grow them for future leadership positions. We also have Emerging Leader Mentors, so we match up someone with a leader in the company. So in addition to facilitating it, I'm also a mentor. I end up talking about kind of the day-to-day things that she encounters or that I've encountered through my work experience, and that idea of kind of how can we help build each other up, or recognize, hey, here were some mistakes I made earlier in my career, like learn from my mistakes, and so you can avoid those and help make your advancement and growth even more effective.
I am Nicole Williams. My career has not always been in staffing, so when I graduated high school, I actually joined the Army active duty, and I did that for just shy of 8 years. And in there is really where I learned a lot of the leadership fundamentals. Whenever there's females, then you just kind of have that connection where I want you to be great. And to be able to be that role model, to be like, okay, how did you get where you're going? And to always step through that with them. To show them that you can be anything you want to be, you can make as much money as you want to make, you just have to know what you want and then work towards that. And so that's what I want to do. I want to make my mark. I want people to know who I am, and the only way to do that is to help others be successful.
My name is Shanna Yankee. We try to assist other women in attaining leadership positions in the organizations in which I am a leader. I actively mentor them in terms of getting involved with committees and teams and other things like that, taking on progressively more leadership responsibility at those levels, and eventually serving as a board member on different community organizations. United Way Women in Action specifically is targeted at helping low-income women attain self-sufficiency, and I think it's a really rewarding role for us to play as a group of women who are leaders in our community in terms of our ability to work with women in that position and raise them up so that they can be their best self.